And welcome to another episode of the Football Smack Talk Show. I am your host, Ryan.
I'm Eric.
Welcome in, everybody, to another wonderful Monday evening. We're here. We're going to be talking a little birds, draft targets. Obviously, the Senior Bowl just happened this past weekend in Mobile, Alabama. A lot of great information, for Birds fans, for NFL draft fans in general. But real quick, I just want to mention and say a quick shout out to Edge of Philly Sports. Appreciate everybody who is watching right now from the YouTube. Please let us know you're there. Say hi. Let us know. Honestly, we're going to be talking about throughout the whole show, but let us know what's one, two guys that you're really hoping the Eagles go after, whether it be a round one guy or, maybe day 2, day 3 guy. But, Eric, I know, again, I've certainly am more kind of dove into the NFL draft. I know you're typically
At this point,
you're typically a slow starter, but then it's like once you get into it, it's literally
it's literally all I think about. Yeah.
Between like going to a cave and you don't really come out. So
Jody's typically happy with that. Like she sends me off and just goes, go watch your draft stuff.
I love the wife is like, just get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, God bless her. She's put up with enough with you. So
she looks at it as her me time. She gets to have plenty of that because it's like, oh, cool, Eric's gonna be off in his draft binge-a-thon, and
right.
I'm seriously like that dude in the dark room who's been kicked off the FBI case because he took it too personal. He's got the chart in his room and
going from this thing to that. And, okay, cool. So you're a psychopath.
Yeah, you got the red streak all over the place. Yeah, no, I go psycho.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, good to know. Well, start diving in. And honestly,
100%.
Before I even get into it, if you guys out there love the NFL, love the draft, honestly, the best place to go is Edge of Philly Sports YouTube. In fact, I'm pretty sure they have everything kind of blocked off there for all the content. Or you can head on over to the website, EOPsports.com, and there's a tab up top for the NFL draft. Basically, it's mostly Dives, but Dives and I have certainly been going through, some of the rankings, top 10s and positional rankings. And, I know
that'll be part of my binge-a-thon that I'll start in the next month or so.
Yeah, honestly, it's a really great way to just familiarize yourself with some of these players. And, honestly, that's the best spot to start, is to get quasi familiar and then kind of go from there. Or like me, many years ago, I dove into the linebackers and really, 1 year just concentrated solely on them and really found my love of linebackers through that and found my love of draft through that. So people are starting
now they have like tight end day in the NFL. We need to get you a linebacker day.
Really. People checking in here. William says need Mitchell, Quinyon Mitchell, and McConkey, Ladd McConkey. So that's Quinyon Mitchell, the corner from Toledo, Ladd McConkey, the wide receiver from Georgia. Yes, two guys I think have to be on the board. And, William, I will say, I feel like wide receiver 3 is a very undervalued position of need for the Philadelphia Eagles, considering outside of Brown and Smith, you got Jack. So might need to add
I'm glad you went that route, because this is one of the things I had in my mind that I wanted to talk about tonight, was the lack of playmakers aside from Devontae and AJ Brown. And I mean, obviously Dallas Goedert as well when he was healthy, but man, when he was out, you really saw that it was just Jalen would dial in on either Devontae or AJ, and it was like nobody else in the field even existed.
Well, I mean, would you want to be thrown to Quez Watkins?
No. I mean, Quez Watkins looks like I try to come up with a great scenario. Like, it's like he's battling me for the last freaking slice of pizza. Obviously, I'm going to get in there and grab that slice of pizza, and Quez is going to be like,
obviously. Quez may be fast, but he's not Eric's really hungry and there's a slice of pizza fast.
No, he's not Eric Hangry fast.
Right. Anthony, my man, checks in. Haven't seen you two together in a while. It's great to see y'all. Yeah, absolutely, Anthony, man. Anthony's been popping in the comments for one of our shows for many years. So we always appreciate Anthony.
Anthony's the man. Love you, Anthony.
Of course, Mr. Crockbot Dives himself, the draft guru. I'm literally making 5 new scouting reports right now. Not
it's can you find the guys who can beat Eric to the last slice of pizza? Those are your target guys.
That would be a good top 10,
right?
Yeah. Wide receiver 3 is super undervalued, especially now that the Eagles have Kellen Moore, who will 1,000% be spreading the ball around next season.
Agree more.
Absolutely. And that's again, I think wide receiver 3, tight end 2 are kind of on the same wavelength of you need to add, some weapons outside of Smith and Brown. Again, hopefully you could bring back somebody like a Swift, and utilize him more, because I think under Kellen Moore, I think Swift will get utilized a lot more in the passing game, and really kind of showcase his skills. And you add that weapon to the passing game. You add a 2 tight ends. You add 3 wide receivers, and maybe wide receiver 4 and 5. You fill out with
guys who could be special teamers.
But at least guys that should somebody go down can at least be kind of counted on. It always seems like you're looking at.
You thought Zacchaeus might be able to, but he wasn't. Or was Jalen just not trusting of him?
Well, maybe that's what it is. But again, how long has Quez been on the team? How long has Quez and Jalen been together? And I don't think it's necessarily trust. I think it's just more or less he knows that Quez isn't that good.
I think what Quez is missing, he doesn't have that dog in him. That the guy who'll go up there and fight for football. He doesn't have that in him. And look,
not at all.
Plenty of people don't. And they can go on and have successful lives and careers, and but I don't know that you can do that in the National Football League.
Yeah, it's tough. So, I think offensively, when you look at targets, positions, I think wide receiver, tight end is certainly something I wouldn't mind them going early. And then the next question on offense is, how is the right side of the line going to kind of be figured out? Is Kelce coming back? Is
that's the first domino that has to fall.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Whether or not Kelce's coming back. Yeah.
Well, exactly. So you have that first domino. So say if he's back, you would assume Cam Jurgens is your right guard, and you go from there. Obviously Lane Johnson said he's coming back. That's not an issue either. So, but if he does, then do you go out maybe and draft that center and keep Cam at right guard, or do you kick Cam inside to his natural position and then go looking for a right guard, or do you give that position to Tyler Steen, given the fact that he was a 3rd rounder, and again, we don't want to be having these guys sitting around for forever.
No, I mean, and look, you could come in there with any of those, and you can keep those options open. You could go into draft day, especially Saturday of the draft, and say, hey, look, if there's a great center that falls to us, great, we'll draft him, and you know what, then Jurgens stays at guard. If there's a great guard that we can go out and get, well, then Jurgens just continue to master the center position and don't worry about being a guard anymore. You have that flexibility, because now you've seen Jurgens has had a year of guard, and he's proven he can do it.
Sure. Well, see, there's a lot of people that are kind of looking at some of the higher value interior offensive linemen, and questioning whether or not they make that move in the first or second round. I was going to say JPJ from Oregon, the best center out there by far. Some are, saying the best interior offensive lineman. We have Graham Barton from Duke, a guard who's very, very talented. So certainly, there's something that, obviously how he loves drafting the line. So it's unfortunately not something that you can just completely dismiss.
Sure.
Now, I will say I would be very mad if they went ahead and used one of their early picks on a tackle. I don't think we have that luxury like we normally did of many years, kind of like the Nolan Smith pick, if you
Right.
will, to go for depth or go for the replacement a couple of years down the line or whatever. You don't have that anymore. I don't feel so. You need to attack your needs, in not only in free agency but in the draft. And so moving over to defensive side of the ball, and I'll bring up this comment by Dives, and it's 100% true. The biggest need, position of need on the entire team, period, is safety. They gotta address that in a big way. 110%.
Yeah.
Like, listen, there are two guys at the top of the draft board. Kinchins from Miami, Newman from Minnesota. Probably, I would say value-wise, probably the back end of the first. So I'd probably feel a little bit more comfortable with them trading a little bit back. But or maybe Newman is a guy that kind of maybe falls into the early second you trade up for. But I think you have to, in my opinion, you have to address safety and linebacker in a way that you grab two players. So whether you're going to grab, one safety, one linebacker in free agency, and then draft one free agent or one linebacker, one safety early in the draft. I think that has to be something on the top of the board of potential needs. Now, obviously, I'm never one that wants to go reaching for players or whatnot. I feel like we have enough needs that we can still go out, get a player, an impactful player, in that first couple of picks, but still help this team out. So, William says it's a good free agent.
Look, I agree. Class. I think
Sorry, just wouldn't hate them spending there in free agency and bringing in a young TD as well. Yeah, there's a bunch of names I would love for them to go target. But I feel like you have to bring in somebody, and that way and through the draft. So I don't see why this. Again, I'm not a guy that listen. If an edge is the highest player on your board and it's not close, you grab an edge. I get it. It's not going to be fun or sexy, but if your highest player on the board is a tackle, but you still have maybe a corner or this, that, and the other. All right, well, listen, value wise, you probably might be getting more value draft wise out of getting a tackle, but team value, you're going to need to go and get a corner or whatever the other position is. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Look, and that's why we always say the whole, draft the best player on your board. That's a great concept. But like if your best player on the board is at a position where you only play, like if it were at quarterback and we've got Jalen Hurts, like guess what? We're not taking a quarterback in the first round. Right. Sorry. I don't care if he is the top guy on the board. Yeah.
No, and I think you just need to kind of almost have a positional need group. So corner, safety,
4 or 5 positions.
Edge, interior offensive lineman, and wide receiver. I think those are probably the 6 out of the 11 positional groups that you can honestly say, like, all right, like that would be okay. Now, I don't have any first graded linebackers or running backs, so that's one less thing to worry about. But and I have said that I don't feel like the Eagles are going to go hard after a corner in the draft at all. I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't, but I will say unless that's in the first round. Now I just put out a mock draft on X at Philly Sports PSA. and I had the Eagles taking Quinyon Mitchell from Toledo. As William had said earlier, he was my pick. I felt like it was a little bit of a reach to go for Kinchins at that point, um, but not by much. I just felt like, um, it's less of a need than safety, but you still need to figure out Slay. You still need to figure out Bradbury. You have a lot of youthful guys at corner, but still, there's a lot of question marks that need to be answering. And I think all in all, Eric, you said it last week when we went over, how do we fix the Eagles? And you went, youth. We got to get young. We got to get some talented, speedy, youthful guys here. And what better way than the draft? And Howie's a mastermind of trying to get more picks than and we just picked up a third and 3 fifths and conditionals. So we have some picks to play around with, maneuver around, however we see fit. So I'm excited for Howie and the potential for this draft. I think I feel like there's a good percentage of not being disappointed with the first round pick this year more than most. That makes sense.
I'd agree with that. I think there's going to be a lot more hits than misses in this coming draft. And look, if there's one thing I've learned about Howie, and I think we all should know, I think he kind of digs that underdog role that like Jason Kelsey talked about, the hungry dog runs faster and all that stuff. Like, I almost feel like he's more comfortable in that role when everybody's questioning, wait, hold on, is he any good at this job?
Right.
Like, because they go to a Super Bowl, they win a Super Bowl, and it's like, it was almost like it's boring to him. Like, okay, then where's the challenge here? And it's like they go to the Super Bowl 57, and then it's like,
Sorry, the delay is killing me here. It's okay. So Dives just put down a trio.
Mine's freezing up.
Yeah, it is what it is. I blame your internet provider. They suck. He says a trio of Quinyon Mitchell.
Oh, absolutely.
Cameron Kinchins and Edgerrin Cooper within the first 2 rounds would be so exciting. So we have 3 picks in the first, 53, 54. I forget what the second round pick is.
Right.
But listen.
It's 53 or 54. Yeah,
I can't remember off the top of my head, but listen. Mitchell would be a fantastic pick in the first. Kinchins, again, safety, not as valuable as it used to be. Maybe they might have to trade up for either him or maybe a Tyler Newman. But if they can go and grab them, and then with the second round pick grabbing, I put it's weird because of the way the draft board's going. I almost feel like you can slot 2 players in here. So like first round, if you're going to go corner, maybe, again, depending on who kind of falls, but maybe a Nate Wiggins or a Quinyon Mitchell. Second, Kitchens or a Newman. Third, which is the second, Cooper or Trot Jr. I mean, if there's any combination of those 6 within those 3 picks, I'm doing backflips. That is the home run of all home run to win the World Series Game 7 against the 27 Yankees. Like, that's how great that would be for me. You get a corner, you would love that. We get a linebacker and we get a safety. I mean, boom. We got 3 starters right there. 3 starters.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And all of a sudden, you turn your defense from a position of need into a position of strength.
Absolutely. Some breaking news here. Per Shefty, Eagles will be the home team for the 2024 Friday night Week 1 first ever NFL game in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Whoa. Wow. Breaking news from Dives.
So that means we get tickets?
Yeah, I was going to say, let's go to Brazil. Let's go. Well, speaking of.
Let's go.
Speaking of, if you're looking.
I guess I got to renew my passport.
Yeah, same. If you're looking to go to Brazil, what better way than Philly Sports Trips all the Eagles away games, including Sao Paulo, Brazil, which we are apparently just learning about. Breaking news, you heard it here first, via Dibes at Mr. Crockpot. Please follow him on X. But we're going to Brazil, baby, and book it through Philly Sports Trips. They got you all set up for all your away games for the Eagles. Obviously, they got Clearwater trips for the Phillies. They have MLS trips. They have a British Open. They have, whatever, Flyers, the Sixers. It does not matter. They go everywhere. But I have been with them a couple of times now through their Eagles away trips. It's fantastic. It is the best. Highly recommend phillysportstrips.com. Vince and their whole team they literally, this is what they do. They do it full time and they set it up, man. The tailgate is unbelievable. If it's like a nice faraway, hotel kind of trip, and they have like happy hours set up, they have events set up throughout the, your trip. I'm telling you, great seats, good food, good people, and people that a lot of former Eagles passing through. So highly recommend it. And honestly, it's just peace of mind. You go book with them. You don't got to worry about it. Your hotel, your flight, your game ticket, your happy hour, your pregame, tailgate, all of it. It's all set up. It's all, you just gotta follow the lines. They'll tell you where to go. So yes, phillysportstrips.com. Wow, dives with the breaking news there. That's awesome. And Friday night football, which I always thought was a little bit odd, but hey, why not? I mean, they love taking over every night. I mean, we already have games Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. So why not slowly start going into like Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays? Take all every day.
Friday, just everyday football.
Yeah. William Fangio will demand upgrades of safety and linebacker, 1 billion%, William. Wouldn't be surprised if we add to those spots in free agency in the draft. That honestly, listen, as anybody who knows me, Eric, I was just talking to somebody.
We didn't.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to somebody the other day and we're asking about how long, we've been doing some form of podcasting. And I believe, I forget the exact date in March. Maybe one of these days we can.
2009, yeah.
Really, but yeah, it'll be, maybe, but it'll be 15 years that we will have been podcasting.
Good Lord.
I don't know.
Wow.
Buddy, I have not met anybody that's been podcasting for 15 years. But you and I, buddy.
No, me either.
We get to say that. But
that's right. We're pioneers in this business.
I mean, we kind of are. But coming back full circle, anybody that's ever listened to the old Philly Dick and Hub show, way back.
First off, apologies.
Right, yes, of course. My apologies for everybody who listened to that show. But everybody knows that I have been wanting linebackers. I've been calling for it for 15 years.
I've heard you have a thing for them. Yeah.
Yeah. And I fully believe, and you will not be able to convince me otherwise, that any workable defense, any defense that wants to be a great defense, you need play at linebacker. It doesn't have to be all pro. They just need to be better than the average, and they need to be intelligent. And look
at the Final Four this year.
Yeah, there was lots of good linebackers in the final, the championship games. So, listen, you look at some of the great defenses of all time. The Bears, they had great linebackers. The Ravens, Ray Lewis, they had some great linebackers. I mean, we could go throughout.
I'm a grown-ass man, and Mike Singletary still gives me nightmares.
Seriously. I wouldn't even want him to be my coach. So, anyway. But yeah,
I've often joked that if I were the owner of the 49ers, when they called Singletary in to fire him, I'd have called him in there, and he'd have just given me that look, and I'd have been like, we're going to give it another year.
Contract extension.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
You know
have
what?
done it.
Screw it. You're on the team.
Yeah, I would have done it via Zoom or something, so he couldn't pummel me
Yeah.
in person. But yes, I think this might be our best chance to really get an impact linebacker onto this team via free agency or the draft. Now, obviously, everybody knows that I've been clamoring ever since he went to the prep for Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I've been following his career very closely since high school and college. And, again, I still have him number 2 on my
I'm pretty sure
overall.
Jeremiah Trotter Sr. thought it was creepy. Yeah.
Probably. That's
Yeah, I'm pretty
okay.
sure Jeremiah Trotter Sr. thought it was creepy that you were looking at pictures of the ultrasound when Mrs. Trotter had him in her
Oh, wow.
belly.
Oh, wow.
Like
Oh,
I'm
wow.
pretty sure he thought that was weird.
Oh, man. That's messed up, buddy. That is messed up. I'll make sure I get you back for that one.
But accurate.
Uh, Yeah, well, maybe. Obi checks in with the depth at OT and wide receiver in this class. I could see guys like Max Melton, very good name, or Ronaldo Green falling to rounds 3 to 5. It would be great if the Eagles got those guys. Yes. Now listen, day 3, I'm okay with the tackle. If you want to add some depth, you want to maybe
Oh,
get a
sure.
guy
Yeah.
out with you and maybe figure out if he could be the guy and work your do the old Jordan Mailata and guy that nobody saw
Oh,
coming
yeah,
and just look at.
absolutely.
So sure,
Mhm.
absolutely. So I'm all for that. I'm all for trying to mold a guy into being the guy. I just don't want to use early draft capital on a tackle. Um, I think right now I think it goes safety. Like, okay, for me, the first 3 picks are what I consider the first day 1 and day 2 are early draft capital. I think for me, safety,
Yeah.
linebacker, corner, edge, wide receiver 3, tight end 2. Those are probably I don't think we should spend any early draft capital on a tackle, an interior defensive lineman. And if Kelsey's back, I don't think we should do that one on an interior offensive line. Obviously, no quarterback, and I don't think running back, again, is needed. Even though I'd love to get Kenny Gainwell off this squad, but he's slowly becoming the new Wendell Smallwood for me. That does anything for you, Eric?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that name.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So listen, Eagles have a real opportunity.
I was a little surprised that you mentioned it.
I know it's like what is it in Harry Potter? We don't say his name out loud, or
you shall not be named. Yeah.
Yeah. He who shall not be named. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But
leave it to me to get the Harry Potter reference right.
Right. Well, you'd think I would, considering my son was a little under the weather this weekend. So he was off school Friday, and I took off too to kind of make sure he was good. But the whole entire weekend, we watched all 8 Harry Potter movies. And you'd think I would have nailed that reference after seeing 72 hours of friggin' Harry Potter. So, but yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Thank you for your kid.
Hey, you loved it, so that's all that matters, and he's feeling better now. So.
Yeah.
Obi checks in again. Appreciate it, Obi. Amin Dankwa, OT from Howard. Yes. Garrett Greenfield from South Dakota State would be great project type tackles for Stoutland. Let me see. Do I have either of those? What Eric? Wait, you're
yeah.
What are the names again? Can you read them out for me?
Huh? Amin Dankwa. Amin Dankwa.
Okay.
And Garrett Greenfield.
I don't have either of them in my top 20 tackles. Yeah.
Wow, it's
Do
a
not.
deep tackle class.
Yeah. Shit. Because I'm already starting to put together my rankings, my top 40, in my big board, 200 big board, but um,
I'm gonna have to freaking watch some of your old episodes. Jeez.
you should honestly, you learn a lot. But hey, real quick,
That'll be in my that'll be when I hibernate. That'll be on my binge to watch.
Gotcha. Well,
Yeah.
can't gotta do that. Gotta do what you can, right? Real quick, just wanted to mention laterrain.com. I'm sorry, la-terrain.com. Head on over there if you are looking for a really nice watch, something to maybe get your lady. They have men's watches, female watches, really luxury looking type stuff, good quality, handmade, but you're not spending thousands of dollars. I have I think 3 watches I got from them. I even got a pair of sunglasses that was actually really cool. But if you head on over there, use code PSA, you will get site-wide discounts. So head on over to la-terrain.com and checking out, use code PSA. See the scroller right there for you. And then another wonderful thing, just wanted to mention all the wonderful people from the Edge of Philly Sports YouTube. We always do appreciate, not only is Edge of Philly Sports the Big Al and Joey and Freddie and obviously with Dives now and everybody. It's such a great team over there. I'm really happy to be part of it. But more importantly, the people from the YouTube channel are some of the greatest commenters I think I've ever experienced. So keep them coming. Appreciate the love and the support. And honestly, if you have not, head on over to Edge of Philly Sports YouTube. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button and follow button or whatever the buttons are on YouTube, and smash them and put
Blindly
on those
follow.
blindly follow. Put on those automatic notifications. So, but yeah, Eric. Again, I know you are again still in your very very early stages of your
Yeah.
drafting, so to speak. But is there perhaps a guy that you looked at or maybe thought about for the Eagles for their pick at 22? Or are you maybe still in that conversation within yourself to try and figure out, maybe what best for the Eagles?
Well, funny you should ask. I've been looking at a couple names. One of the names that I had, well, Lassiter. I know you talked about him
Corner from Georgia,
earlier.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's somebody
And
who's going to be.
one of the other guys I had was wide receiver from Texas, Ad Mitchell.
Sure, yeah, Donnie Mitchell.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, it's hard because if I look at my, I zoomed in for Eric's purposes, and now I'm way too zoomed in. Yeah, for I think
My
I
old
have,
eyes. Yeah.
I think I have him as my 7th wide receiver. And I love it. I love him. I just think he
Okay.
might slip 2nd round. And I would love for that to be him or even Worthy if we're going to stay with Texas. Personally, I think I have Worthy at 9.
Yeah.
I would love speaking. And I got another guy from Texas. I'm all Texans out today. JT Sanders, baby.
Welcome
That's the guy
home.
I like. Woo.
Hell yeah.
He's the guy I really like him. I would love to grab him. Say you grab a corner or a safety in round 1, you grab JT. with that 50 pick, and then you grab Edgerrin Cooper or Trott with 54, maybe. Again, I don't know. Still early, still crazy this could happen, but that would be something I would not mind if we're going to sprinkle a little offensive player in between two defensive starters. So that'd be a way I'd go. So
as much as we might love to see a revamping of this defense, I just have a real hard time thinking that the way the Eagles like to draft it, they're not going to go offense in one of those first 3 picks.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard not to see that for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Because they definitely try to be out in front of the trends and stuff like that, and they want to be that team that is getting it. This is an offensive driven league, and they want to get the next playmaker, the next guy who's going to help the passing game. Because ultimately, it's on offense, we want to get the guys who help the passing game, and on defense, we want to get the guys who disrupt the passing game.
Absolutely. So, and I just think, not only for Fangio, but I think realizing the swings and the misses that took place last year with Howie and the safety position and the linebacking position. I think, realizing that, hey, listen, nobody's faulting you. You have to sometimes take a swing and a miss on a position. Sometimes you can't have, 22 all pros. Sometimes you got to save a little money.
You never go.
Yeah. Right. So that was safety and linebacker. And looking at the importance of Fangio, you're needing to make those priorities. And, I just think, you have a lot of, I think I saw somebody saying that through extensions, restructures, etc., you could potentially have about $64 million for cap room, which would be great. I would love that.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
That sounds like, maybe going after a Patrick Queen or a L'Jarius Sneed or Antoine Winfield Jr. I think if you come out
any of those names you just mentioned,
right? So I think money needs to get spent. I mean, listen, right now you have
you got Queen and Winfield,
and then you go at draft
that right there. Just
you go draft Kitchens and Trotter Jr.
Right. I mean,
your safety room and your linebacker room goes from last to first.
Yeah,
that would be an unbelievable
100%. I'm with you.
Backflips, dude. Backflips. Breaking my neck.
I mean, I would attempt them, but I'll just land on the back of my neck.
Right. Yeah.
It'll look like I'm just trying to do the WWE fall, like when they fall backwards. That'll look like what I'm doing, but I'm actually trying to do a backflip. Yeah.
Pretty much.
When they do the spread, you go boom. Now,
yeah.
That's what it'll look like. But it's like, wait, was he trying to do that, or was he actually trying to?
Did I get it? Oh man,
I got it right. I got it.
Yeah. Well, now that the Senior Bowl is over,
not even close.
Yeah, now that the Senior Bowl is over, we have the Combines, the next kind of big event at the end of what's today? February? At the end of February.
End of February.
Yeah, sorry, get my months mixed up. So that's certainly
beginning of March. I guess it's like that second and third.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, that's the next big thing to fall. And then once the Combine kind of hits, then you start sprinkling in some pro days and whatnot. So honestly, I would say best thing to do is
what I'm feeling.
That.
I'm feeling a Combine party.
Ooh. Listen, you
know
I love
watch some Combine.
I love that. Hey, listen, maybe we'll just do a watch party on
Let's
here.
nerd out, drink some beer, and watch some Combine. Yeah,
Listen, that might be
yeah.
that might be
Let's nerd
something.
out, watch some Combine,
But
and yeah,
yeah, I was gonna say
yeah.
what is the official dates of said combine?
I'll put it into my little Google machine here
Thank you. I'm just
if it'll
saying
work
so.
fast enough.
No, no. That'd be great if it was
NFL
the
Combine
weekend
2024.
4th. March 4th, that week? That would be great.
Yeah, I think that is it.
That would be super sweet.
I think it's like that. Whatever that weekend. Doesn't it start on the weekend now?
NFL Combine dates. Tuesday the 28th to Monday, March 6th. No,
So
that's
yeah, I have Thursday the 29th through Sunday the 3rd. Okay.
nope, that was
Oh
last
yeah,
year.
the 24th.
So 27th to the 4th.
The 20. No, I'm saying the 29th to March 3rd.
Tuesday the
So yeah, I have
27th to Monday.
2024 NFL counting.
Mine says
Well,
27th
Wednesday,
to
the 27th is not Wednesday.
Tuesday.
Okay, well, I mean, the 27th is or the 28th is a Thursday, or the Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, this says Tuesday to Monday. So maybe that's like the first
Well, that's the week of it. Like, I think that's when they're just. I think that Tuesday and Wednesday or something. Like that, they're doing like the coaches are doing press conferences and stuff.
yeah, the bullshit
Like
stuff.
the on-field drills and stuff aren't until like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
All right. Well, we should definitely figure something out because that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, maybe we'll do a little
Yeah.
watch party. We'll watch the combine. Maybe we'll make sure we're specifically on. When the safeties are on, the linebackers, maybe the corners, basically all of defense.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just when is the defense on the field? That's when we need to be watching.
All right. Yeah. So, all right, cool. Yeah, maybe we'll figure something out there. But all right. Well, listen, guys, we are gonna head out here as it is almost 7 o'clock, and I know Eric's getting that look. He's getting a little hangry, and he's gonna fight off Quez Watkins for that last slice of pizza. So watch out, Quez.
Get my slice of pizza.
Real quick, obviously, shout out to La Terrain Watches, obviously, Edge of Philly Sports, Philly Sports Trips. Good night, Williams. Appreciate you joining us, buddy. Great insight, as always. We do appreciate you commenting. I always love hearing how other people are thinking about it because, listen, nobody's right. Nobody's an expert. Nobody's, the end all be all. The Mel Kipers and the Todd McShays of the world don't know much, to be perfectly honest. They can do anything that you or I can do.
Mel and McShay, they still get like 5, 6 out of the first 32, right?
Yeah, it's like worse than
ultimately,
than like a 200 batting average. So yeah, I don't necessarily.
They're worse than Littleman.
Oh, that's pretty bad. But yeah, so listen, do yourself a favor, honestly. Edge of Philly Sports, all of the videos, they're all there for you to dive in to any draft content you want. If you're looking for a specific position, we have it. You're looking for a specific guy, I'm sure we have a scouting report on that guy. And if we don't, let us know. We'll do one. We will absolutely do one. So shoot us off a comment, in one of our shows, to either myself or to Dibes. We're probably, I'd say, the Edge of Philly Sports draft guys at this point, considering how much draft content we've done, and more importantly, how much he's done. But yeah, honestly, get yourself involved, dive in.
I'd love to, once I get caught up, I would love to get in on that conversation as we get closer to the draft.
Yeah, well, Well, Eric, that sounds great as well. There's nothing more than what I love, doing draft stuff. And yeah, I think each year I feel like I get a little bit more involved, a little bit deeper into my dives, and
Yeah.
I'm starting to kind of get a good rhythm now. But yeah, listen, come join us for this ride. The NFL draft is a great experience. I'm hoping one day to either get out to the combine or the NFL draft. Obviously, we were there in Philly, but more as kind of a credentialed, member of the media reporting on stuff. So one day, one day. But anyway, we will see you guys next week. Football Smack Talk Show every Monday at 6 o'clock. Again, thank you everybody for commenting. William, Obi, of course, Dives, cannot forget him. Anthony checking in, a long time listener for us. So, of course, Edge of Philly Sports, appreciate all the YouTube comments. Love it, love it. And of course, La Terrain Watches, Philly Sports Trips. Please make sure that you go check them out. Now that we are officially opening up the Friday night season opener. Well, Friday night opener, so I guess that would be the second game, right?
It's official because my buddy who's got season tickets with me, he texted me telling me that, oh wow, it's official, the Eagles are opening the season in Brazil and they're losing a home game. Now I know it's official. If he knows, it's a done deal.
Wait a minute. You're saying they're losing a home game? Oh, because we're hosting. Oh, snap.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's our home game. Like,
oh, I don't like this at all anymore.
Yeah.
What the hell? Do we get free tickets? Are we? So wait a minute. Was this the year that we were going to have 9 home games?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So whatever. I mean, I guess that's.
I think our season ticket prices should. I mean, look, it's going to be only. It's going to be only by one game. They should get cut, though, right?
You would hope.
Because typically we would get 10 games.
Right,
typically
but 9
we
are
get 10
games.
Season. So
right. But we're not going to get 2 preseason games, are we?
No, I don't think so.
Right. You're only getting 9 home games, so we should only pay for 9 home game prices. Okay. Well, listen. I mean,
we should.
The invoices should be coming out in the next couple of weeks. Usually it's like end of February, March.
Probably,
right?
Probably the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Right.
Yeah, first payments are always end of March.
Yeah, end of March, yeah. So gotta save up and do it up. So all right, folks. Well, anyway, we don't argue this awesomeness. Eagles playing in Sao Paulo, Brazil. You heard it here first. Friday night, the first ever Friday night opener. Eagles will be hosting. So sadly, Eagles season ticket holders lose a home game. But maybe we all just go to Brazil. We just jam out and.
Well, I think that's the only,
logical,
natural.
I mean, listen, we had all kind of agreed. We agreed that New Orleans and Baltimore were kind of our ideal landing spots for away games this year. One closer, one further away. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think we have to add Brazil to the mix.
I feel like it at least deserves to be in the hunt.
Do a little.
It's a home game. We gotta go to all the home games, right?
You have to go to all the home games. Yeah, this way we can say we made every home game. Never missed a home game. What's the thing down in Rio?
Yeah, we'll be one of the few ticket holders that will say that.
All right. Well, we'll figure all that out. We will see you guys next week, Monday at 6 o'clock for the Football Smack Talk Show. Make sure that you stay tuned on Edge of Philly Sports YouTube. Later tonight, we have Party on Broad, which I will be on with Dives. Tomorrow, Birds of the Round Table. We are doing our recap of our prediction show. So we'll let you all know exactly how bad we effed up our predictions for last year. And other than that, stay tuned. Plenty of content, Sixers post game, Flyers post game throughout the week. So Edge of Philly Sports is where you need to be. Sign up, put on those automatic notifications. Eric, anything to add before we pop on out of here?
Nah.
Nice. Love it with the delay. Makes it even better. But we will see you guys next week. So for the Football Smack Talk show, I am your host, Ryan.
I'm Eric. Happy football, everybody. Only 213 more days to go.
Listen, we're getting close to under 2, so we'll get there. All good.
Yeah.
Everybody have a great night.
Go Birds.